Uster is a city and capital of the district Uster in the Swiss Canton of Zürich. It is the third largest city in the Canton of Zürich, with over 30,000 inhabitants, and is one of the 20 largest cities in Switzerland. Uster is located next to Lake Greifensee. The official language of Uster is the Swiss variety of Standard German, but the main spoken language is the local variant of the Alemannic Swiss German dialect. The city of Uster received the Wakker Prize in 2001. History. The village of Riedikon was first mentioned in year 741, while Uster was first mentioned in 775. In 1099 first mentioned. The donation of the St. Andreas Church was given by the House of Rapperswil as a spacious three-naved country church. The Burg Uster Castle was first mentioned in 1267, in the possession of the Friar von Bonstetten. On 7 January 1300 Elizabeth von Rapperswil sold the pledge of the Rhine Greifensee to the Knight Hermann II von Landenberg, including the Greifensee Castle, the town and the lake of the same name, and a larger number of farms, as well as the pastoral rights. Kirchrecht. In Uster, in 1438 the church rights, Kirchrecht, were sold to the Ruti Abbey. The church was considered as a part of the so-called Lorberschiv estate that possibly was located at the nearby plateau where the Uster Castle is situated. During the Old Zurich War, in May 1444, the Old Swiss Confederacy laid siege to the nearby town of Greifensee, held by about 70 defenders, most of them inhabitants of the Amt Greifensee, and a few Habsburg and Zurich soldiers. The town was captured after 4 weeks, on May 27, and all but 2 of the surviving 64 defenders were beheaded on the next day, including the leader, Wild Hans von Breiten-Landenberg. Even in times of war, mass execution was widely considered a cruel and unjust deed. On May 29, the castle of Greifensee and the city walls were broken, among many other transfers of lands and goods. On 25 April 1448 Berenger von Landenberg von Greifensee confirmed, with permission of his sons Hug and Berenger dem Jungen, that at the place where all his ancestors have been buried, a long list of money, goods and lands have to be transferred to the church as a benefice. In 1473 the Church Comrades, based on an older Jurit book, Latin, Libri Anniversariorum, which now is lost, created a new one which is among the best preserved of the Canton of Zurich. With the dissolution of the monastery Ruti during the Reformation in Zurich, its rights fell on the government of the city of Zurich in 1525. In 1824 the new Reformed Church was consecrated. On the 22nd of November 1830 about 10,000 men of the Canton of Zurich gathered near Uster and demanded a new constitution. This assembly, known as the Ustertag, together with other assemblies in Switzerland, led to the restoration and the creation of the Swiss federal state. Geography. Uster has an area of 28.5 square kilometers, 11.0 square miles. Of this area, 44.4% is used for agricultural purposes, while 27.1% is forested. Of the rest of the land, 26.2% is settled, buildings or roads, and the remainder, 2.3%, is non-productive. Rivers, glaciers or mountains. In 1996 housing and buildings made up 18.4% of the total area, while transportation infrastructure made up the rest, 7.8%, of the total unproductive area. Water, streams and lakes, made up 0.4% of the area. As of 2007, 22.2% of the total municipal area was undergoing some type of construction. Demographics. Uster has a population, as of the 31st of December 2016, of 34,216. As of 2007, 21.6% of the population was made up of foreign nationals. As of 2008, the gender distribution of the population was 49.6% male and 50.4% female. Over the last 10 years, the population has grown at a rate of 14.2%. Most of the population, as of 2000, speaks German, 85.0%, with Italian being second most common, 4.5%, and Albanian being third, 1.7%. In the 2007 election, the most popular party was the SVP, which received 31.3% of the vote. The next three most popular parties were the SPS, 20.6%, the CSP, 13.3%, and the Green Party, 12.2%. The age distribution of the population, as of 2000, is children and teenagers, 0 to 19 years old, make up 22.2% of the population, while adults, 20 to 64 years old, make up 65%, and seniors, over 64 years old, make up 12.8%. In Uster, about 73.9% of the population, between age 25 to 64, have completed either non-mandatory upper secondary education or additional higher education, either university or a Fachhochschule. There are 12,605 households in Uster. Uster has an unemployment rate of 3.28%. As of 2005, there were 392 people employed in the primary economic sector and about 92 businesses involved in this sector. 3,204 people are employed in the secondary sector, and there are 238 businesses in this sector. 9,475 people are employed in the tertiary sector, with 1,091 businesses in this sector. As of 2007, 51.5% of the working population were employed full-time, and 48.5% were employed part-time. As of 2008, there were 9,366 Catholics and 11,890 Protestants in Uster. In the 2000 census, religion was broken down into several smaller categories. From the census, 45% were some type of Protestant, with 41.8% belonging to the Swiss Reformed Church and 3.3% belonging to other Protestant churches. 31.7% of the population were Catholic. Of the rest of the population, 5.4% were Muslim. 7.2% belonged to another religion, not listed. 3.4% did not give a religion, and 11.7% were atheist or agnostic. Weather. Uster has an average of 135.4 days of rain per year and on average receives 1,164 mm, 45.8 in, of precipitation. The wettest month is June, during which time Uster receives an average of 137 mm, 5.4 in, of precipitation. During this month there is precipitation for an average of 13.1 days. The driest month of the year is October, with an average of 69 mm, 2.7 in, of precipitation over 13.1 days. Wakker Prize. Uster received the Wakker Prize from the Swiss Heritage Society in 2001 for the city's efforts to maintain an identity within the anonymous Swiss agglomeration around Zurich. The society noted that developed land was clearly separated from the neighboring farming land. They praised the efforts that the city had made to integrate old and new buildings and to build with harmonious architectural styles. Education. Primarschule Uster serves primary school children. while Sekundarschulverwaltung Uster serves students at the secondary school level. The Bildungszentrum Uster includes 3 institutions: Berufsfachschule Uster, Vocational School, Kantonsschule Uster, Gymnasium, and Hochschule Uster, the Japanese school in Zurich. Switzerland's sole primary and junior high Japanese International Day School is located in Uster. The Stadt- und Regionalbibliothek Uster and the Stadtarchiv und Klaue Bibliothek are located in the city limits. The Bibliothek Nanneken is located in Nanneken, also in the city limits. Notable people: Jakob Huser Stobe, 1862–1941. Industrialist. Roger Sablonier, 1941–2010. Historian and writer. University of Zurich Faculty. Transportation. The municipality of Uster is served by 2 railway stations, both of which are served by trains of the Zurich S-Bahn. Uster railway station is in the center of the city, and is served by lines S9, S14, S15 and S5. Nanneken Greifensee railway station is on the border with adjoining municipality of Greifensee, and is served only by lines S9 and S14. Uster is a 14-minute ride, S5, from Zurich Hauptbahnhof by the fastest trains. Gallery. Official website. In German. Map of Uster.